Uh, for comparison purposes, I'm going to use two ETFs, three ETFs actually. Uh, One of them is going to be WU. This is my favorite S&P 500 ETF. You know why? It has a management fee of only 3 basis points a year. That means for a $10,000 investment, they charge you only $3 fee. S&P SPY, which is the most well-known one, they charge you 9. You're thinking, yeah, what's $6? But those things accumulate. Yahoo Finance kind of changed its layout. Now you can get the tabs from here. And what you need to do is on the date, pick the max. I'm going to get weekly returns when this thing actually responds to me. And download. Before there was an apply button. You don't have to do that anymore. The calendar that Caesar has done until it was changed in 1582 by Pope Gregory, it was known as the Julian calendar. And let's do, let's see, TMF. No, it's the BND, Vanguard Total Bond Market Fund. Come on, work with me. And I will also do an international ETF, EFA. This is an ETF that follows an index into stock markets of so-called developed countries, except US and Canada. If you also want emerging markets, that's EEM. You know, stealing Apple's slogan, whatever you want, that's probably an ETF for that. 3 is good enough for my illustration purposes. Come on. All right. I should sit down because that way my eyes are kind of are getting tired because of the angle. Now I'm gonna open those files. After I put them together, I'll post it on Blackboard so that you guys can work on it too. Let's start with Woo. These are prices of open, high, low, close. but the close are historical closing prices. But if there are dividends and splits and stuff, you need to use the adjusted close. So for return, we're going to use the adjusted close this week divided by adjusted close last week minus 1. And I'm going to double click and calculate it for all. Since I'm a lazy bastard, I'm going to copy that and use it on the other ones. Okay. Now, let me put them together. Let's open up a new Seek and Destroy. I call it this now. By the way, I'm going to make a solver version of this during the spring break. And you guys are going to appreciate that a lot because there's going to be homework that's I'm going to assign you after spring break. You're going to need to do a lot of solvers to do it. You don't have to go through motions of clicking on stuff. All right, I'm going to start here. Date. Blue. FA and BND. If I'm not mistaken, Blue has the latest start date. I'm just going to get the data for the common range. So this is including this week. Values. That may surprise that those values are integers, because that's how Excel keeps track of dates. It is the number of days that has passed since January 1st, 1900. You have an option, you can do to 1904 system, but in that case, it's days passed since January 1, 1904. You guys know the difference between the year 1900 and 1904 for calendar purposes? The year 1904 had a leap day. The year 1900 did not. The years that are multiples of hundreds, except those that are multiples of 400, do not have leap days. We had a leap day on year 2000. We didn't have one on 1900. We will not have one on 2100, but we will have one on 2400. That's part of the Gregorian system because calendar was shifting. Julian calendar was based on estimate of Earth orbit, 365.25 days, but it is actually a little bit less than that, 365.24 or something. So Gregorian calendar makes that adjustment. In fact, about 13 days had shifted by the time Pope Gregory changed the calendar. In 1582, I think they did it on October 1st. The calendar jumped from October 1st to October 14th. Some people claim we're losing interest, but I'm going to convert that to date formats or number formats, dates. I happen to like this one better. Now let's get to the terms for Woo. They're already here. Copy. I'm gonna paste values for now. Now let's do it for EFA. But remember, the first date available for EFA is a lot earlier than that. We could either do a VLOOKUP, or since we're doing this one time, that's 9/13/2010, right? If you're doing this for 20 stocks, this is the fast way of doing it. If you hit Control F, that's a shortcut for finding stuff. I'm gonna add 9/13/2010. It found me that.